The year is 1989, and Doctor Who was cancelled from television to continue its legacy in comics, books, and audio plays. In 1996, attempts to revitalise the show failed due to a TV movie not succeeding. Host for the show's return was Slim, until Russell T Davies revamped the show in 2005. Doctor Who has always been one of those shows that I loved. Even though I grew up with the Moffat era and Capaldi was the first Doctor that I watched live, David Tennant is still my favourite Doctor, and the RTD era is still my favourite era. And I think that's due to a lot of reasons. A, the RTD era is a lot simpler than the Moffat era. I mean, anyone who's seen the Moffat era will have to agree with me there. B, it's got, the RTD era has got intriguing characters with development over the era. And C, obviously this would be the case because I'm talking about it. We've got fun, amazing, unique, intriguing episodes. And today I'm going to be talking about my favourite ones. Now, I was originally going to be doing my top 10 favourite episodes in the modern era. I wasn't going to do Classic Who just because I haven't got a quick way to get all the episodes and there's some missing. But that's besides the point. I knew if I did all of Modern Who, it would be outdated after one series. So I decided to do it just by era, because I thought that would be easier, and also each era has its own unique style. I mean, some eras are better than others. I mean, any era is better than the Chibnall era. Actually, no, I take that back. The JNT era was worse. Anyway, that's besides the point. I actually got the idea to do it into individual eras, like the RTD era, the Moffat era, from a YouTube channel called Crew on the Sofa. I highly recommend watching his video on the top 10 favourite RTD era episodes, as he deserves more recognition. He's only got 1,000 subscribers, so he's given the support he deserves. His channel will be in the description along with this video. Now, before I begin, I need to say a few things. Number 1. This is all my opinion. Feel free to leave constructive criticism about the video in the comments. You can write your own list there, but please accept and respect my opinion. If you can't do that in the comments, then I'll just simply block you. Number 2. The RTD era spans from 2005 to January the 1st, 2010. This list includes all episodes in that time frame, from Rose to the End of Time Part 2. Even if Stephen Moffat wrote an episode in this era, it will still be counted here as it is part of the RTD era, not the Moffat era. Number 3. Whenever I talk about a two-parter, they will be in one slot in the list, so if one part is great and the other is terrible, then it won't make the list. I will still say my favourite of the two episodes for a two-parter though. But now that's over, let's get to the countdown. Here are my top 10 favourite episodes from the Russell T Davies era. Number 10.
It all took place in the future. In the year of our Lord 2007.
I can prove that wrong for you, sir. Here's the morning paper. It's Monday, November 10th, 1913, and you're completely human, sir.
Human nature and the family of blood.
That's me. Completely human.
Only the first entry in, and I've already got a controversial opinion on an episode. Great! How's the response for this video and everything else gonna be? The Doctor and Martha are attacked by a group of aliens called the Family of Blood. They want the Doctor so they can have the ability to live forever and take over the universe. So the Doctor has to disguise himself as a human in 1913 by changing his DNA to become John Smith and locking away his Time Lord essence into a fob watch, with Martha being his maid and the only one who knows about the Doctor's past, despite John Smith having dreams about space and time. Many people consider these episodes to be the best in the series, but I have to disagree. However, I still love them. The idea of the Doctor becoming human to avoid detection from the family of blood is an incredibly cool and unique idea. Well, I say unique, but as most of you know, this was originally a book starring the 7th Doctor, so they basically stole it, so that means it isn't unique. The character of John Smith is quite believable. You actually feel bad for him when he has to essentially die to become the Doctor again and save everyone. You understand that he just wants to be normal and he wants to settle down and have a life with Joan Redfern. Speaking of Joan, she becomes John Smith's love interest and poses an obstacle for Martha. The Doctor never told her what to do if he fell in love. It also gave John Smith more to lose. Martha is also the best she has ever been in Doctor Who, and was what defined her as a noteworthy companion and one of my favourites. I also just love the part when Martha slaps John Smith to try and bring the Doctor back, because she thinks it will sort things out, but she doesn't know much better as she was still quite new to time and space. And I can't go any further without talking about the family of blood themselves. Where do I begin with this? I'm terrible with descriptions. Wait a minute, I forgot to talk about the Scarecrows. The Scarecrows are creepy and quite cool. That's all I have to say about them. There was also that Timothy kid. He was alright, but I still don't understand why you would just steal someone's fob watch. Who cares if it was calling out to you? Stealing's bad, kids. And then there's the setting of 1913 in England and a school, and I feel like they work really well. The fact that the family of blood basically started a war against the people in the village to get the fob watch only a year before World War I worked really well. Also, the school setting worked well as it A. referenced school reunion with the Doctor becoming a teacher, and B. fit with the 1913 idea as John Smith made the boys shoot the Scarecrows despite them not wanting to, like how people were made to fight and kill people in World War I despite them not wanting to. The scene where you can see the boys visibly upset to shooting the Scarecrows as they believed they were real people, with the school anthem in the background, worked really well. Oh yeah, there was also the dance at the end of part 1 and... Okay, I'll shut up and talk about the family of blood now. The family of blood have to be one of my favourite one-off villains. In this episode, we saw the family steal the bodies off of one of the schoolboys, a local farmer, a little girl, and a maid at the school who is also one of Martha's friends. Son of mine uses the schoolboy's body and is easily the best of the bunch. His slimy attitude and also manic personality makes for some great moments with him. My favourite scene from him is in the cliffhanger for Human Nature. He poses no fuss and just gives John Smith a choice between who to kill between Martha and Joan. It works really well because the audience knows that the Doctor isn't there to save the day and the family have the high ground. And of course, let's not forget about how the Doctor dealt with the family at the end. The Fury of the Time Lord segment is one of my favourite scenes in Doctor Who. However, I always felt that the Doctor was a bit too harsh to the family, as they weren't the worst villains around, but he put them all through eternal suffering. The father was locked in unbreakable chains, the mother had to constantly be falling into a collapsing black hole, the daughter was forever trapped in every mirror, and the son was forced to constantly watch over England as their protector. I don't know what kind of protecting you would be doing when you're stuck to a post though. Now the question you're probably asking is, why is this so low on the list? And that's simply because I don't resonate with this episode as much as other people do. I just generally prefer the other episodes. In terms of which of these two episodes I prefer, I think I will go with Human Nature, simply because I prefer the build-up and the cliffhanger to all the action in the second part. I know most people prefer the second part, but the episodes were really close. These are the only episodes on this list to get a 9 out of 10. All the other episodes on this list are 10 out of 10, which I think goes to show how great Russell is. This two-parter is intriguing, suspenseful, and overall the second best episodes in Series 3. But we'll get to the best much later. But before then, let's look at what I have next. Number 9.